Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Syafiqurrohman and I am from IP A1 E3. So my paper title is The Perception of Government Science Students, COMAP members for Doing Social Movements Amid the Pandemic COVID-19. So what we will discuss today, one is introduction, and second is literature review, and third is research method, fourth results and discussion, and five is conclusions. So the introductions, the COVID-19 pandemic is made a crisis. Students as an agent of change, then trying to realize about what they are studied in the class every day for helping peoples or civil society in this situation. So as a response for this unconditional situation and economic problems in the society, they are discussed and giving a great idea so they can build a big social movement for helping peoples who are affected by COVID-19 directly. So the social movement during the COVID-19 pandemic is by the students, especially for government science students, members of COMAP WEMYE. What is the COMAP? For the turmoil that provides a social narrative, this research aims to further examine the government science students through the COMAP WEMYE organizations. The COMAP WEMYE have an innovation or a new method for collecting some donations and then distributing for the peoples of society in the amid of COVID-19. Regarding the perception given by students through the COMAP-WEME about the social movements amid the COVID-19 pandemic, this study have a lot of purposes, but we need to limitation as possible as the study results need. They are: question 1. How does the perception of UMA government science students regarding the emergence of the social movement carried out by the UMA come up amid the COVID-19 pandemic? The question 2 is, how does the effectiveness of distribution methods provided through come up UMA to society who affected the COVID-19? The study entitled The Impact of COVID-19 on Social Change in Society provides a reflection on this research. Social change is a dilemma problem. People are required to adapt to the environment and surrounding condition, especially in the amid of COVID-19. The research methods data were collected by all of the students of government studies who joined COMAP organizations, and they are doing a social movement in the Yogyakarta area. The online study for this research are already used with a form, with a Google form, and then we actually spread the questionnaire for the students who according to the characteristic of this research. This research actually used a Likert scale, so the questionnaire have a variation of answer options. Response were collected using a Likert scale where 5 is strongly agree, 4 is agree, 3 is neutral, 2 is disagree, 5 is strongly disagree. Findings, results, and discussions. So this study shows from two grounded indicators that being a base of this article, the two indicator is perception of the COMAP members and government students from these social movements and the effectiveness of social movement amid the COVID-19. The 45 participants of this research known that almost of them are 2080 students. From the data shows that 93.3% or 42 students know the activities a social movements called Amount on the Street, and it's just 6.7% or 3 students are don't know about these activities. And the second is 24.4% of 75% of 11 students joined these activities, and 75.6% or 34 students are not. The results is so the researchers are differences the statement being two indicator, that is three for the students perception and four for the effectiveness, and we can see the data who support the activities is 29 strongly and on and on and on. So the statement of perception by the quantitative data is statement 1 plus statement 2 plus statement 3, and then uh, the results is 4.42. So the perception of the student about the social movement in the amid of COVID-19 are reached a 4.42 persons points. And then with the same ways, we know that the final point of the mean, the statement of effectivity is 3.94 points. So the interval, if if you want to know how effectively this social movement, we should know the interval first with this classification below. So the higher rates minus the lowest rates, and the results is 0.18, and then the final results, the aspect of effectivity, we know that 4.18, and then it's good, and the aspect of perception 4.42, and it's a very good. So the conclusions is 4.3, and it's very good. The mathematical calculation for this questionnaire shows that the student and the COMAP members have their own grid movements and must be carried out in the future. The conclusion: COMAP UMY is an organizational movement from visible UMY giving a various of activities in the amid of COVID-19. One of the activities is doing social movement in the amid of COVID-19. As we know, from the data shows that COMAP UMY had very various of the answer about the activities. From the 45 participation who joined this questionnaire, we also knew that the aspect of effectivity from this movement are good, who reached the 4.80 points. The second classification is about the aspect of perception about these activities, and the respondents say it is very good with the 4.42 points. On the other hand, the conclusion of this research says that the social movements are effective and the perception of government students are very good. This is my big bibliography, or yeah, a bibliography, and thank you for this, for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.